Hi everyone, my name is Lukas and I decided to make this video today to share some thoughts with you that I had recently and maybe think together about some things, namely how to deal with chaos and uncertainty and complexity in your life. That's something that I'm not struggling right now, but I'm trying to figure out, let's say it like this, because recently there's been a lot of complexity introduced into my life, and I wanted to share a little bit about what my thoughts on this topic are. Because I don't think complexity or chaos is necessarily bad. Like, a lot of people like to stay in their comfort zone, and if they get taken out of it, they get very uncomfortable. I mean, that's why they call it the comfort zone, I guess. But for me, I think there's something behind the comfort. Like, if you go out of your comfort zone and explore in unexplored territory, then you can find something new and bring it back and learn something. But on the other hand, like, it's sometimes very uncomfortable. For me, it's been I would say about a year where I started to change a lot of things. I finished my distance learning degree around a year ago in April 2024, and then I started to look for change, basically to introduce different new things into my life. I switched a congregation, so I went to one church earlier, then started to go to another group in the same church, and got to know a lot of new people. I went on a vacation for multiple weeks, and then I started to think about creating an online community or an online presence, basically. Like what you see today basically is one of the attempts that I'm going through right now. That's something new I'm trying, and it's making me uncomfortable, to be honest. Like, there are a lot of different things. I'm not necessarily uncomfortable talking to a camera like this, because I talk to myself all the time anyway, so that's just one additional device that I have to add. And I'm working with a camera for a long time anyway, but like, sharing this in the internet to strangers, it's something new. And also, of course, you have to structure it in a way that will be interesting for your listeners, for someone who might visit your page. And there's like a delicate balance between selling out and sharing what you really think. I don't think that necessarily if you share what you really think, that's bad, but you need to do it in a way that like connects with people, I guess. And let's see how this goes. Like, you can let me know in the comments if I'm doing a good job at this, or if it's strange or awkward or something else, or what you think about the topics. I mentioned I want to build a community. I don't want to charge money for it or anything like this, at least not for the community itself, maybe for some additional content that I might provide. Like, I'm writing a book, for instance, or I wrote a first very quick draft of a book that I sent to some people on TikTok. Luckily, I found a new friend who was ready to review my work, and he gave me a lot of feedback, like some negative feedback as well, because he's an experienced writer. I'm a newbie in this, so I don't know what to pay attention to. And he basically said, well, it's at most a dirty script, so I have a lot to rework now. I haven't got around to it yet, but I will. Also, I was trying out different reel styles and contents for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, learning how those platforms work. I used to do some social media marketing, so I'm not completely new to this, but still, it's like, it's changed a lot. It's changing rapidly, especially with AI as well. A lot of things change. I try to use it as sparingly as possible, in the sense that I don't want it to dictate my content. I like to use it as an aid for me to think about stuff or to research, but I don't want to have some pre-rehearsed stuff from AI or some generated AI stuff here, because some videos ago, I watched some videos and then I saw one that was like AI generated, and I recognized it at the end of the video because I just recognized it had so much in common with the style ChatGPT is talking. And I was a little bit shocked because like prior to this, online videos were some sort of authority, but even this is breaking down. Anyway, I'm getting a little sidetracked here, maybe a topic for another time or another day. But I mean, like the complexity of my life increased a lot recently. Also, now I want to welcome some leadership roles into my life, in my congregation, at church, but also at work. Prior to this, I was a little bit closed. I was hesitant to take on this role actively or to grow into it, but now I agreed to proceed with training for project management. I'm working as a software developer or consultant in the pharma, in pharma topics. Yeah, so we'll see where this goes, right? So there's a lot of different things happening, and sometimes I wonder how to deal with this complexity in my life, what to make of it. Is this chaos leading anywhere, or is it just plain chaos? And one thought that I had was that even though I can't see outward progress maybe, or outward results yet, I'm growing myself in dealing with complexity, in dealing with chaos. I'm just trying to get organized, even though I put a lot of pressure on different areas of my life. I try to still function well and stay happy, stay positive under those circumstances. Yeah, and I think this is a lot of stuff that you can learn from this, right? I don't think it's in vain to struggle against chaos, because bit by bit you get stronger with it, even though you may not see results immediately. Another thought that I had, that I just lost in my head, is that so like you need some comfort sometimes. You need to stay in your comfort zone to heal if you have some issues, but on the other hand, eventually you have to get out of it as well. I was talking to a friend when I went fishing last week or before this, and he was sharing some trouble that he went through. He's older than me, he's around 50, and he said like he struggled with mental health issues for his entire life, but he mostly just pushed it aside for most of his life. But now he can't push it aside any longer, and he went to therapy, and he says it's doing good. So he's making progress, because like a family member got sick, and he has his own trouble with health and other stuff. So yeah, like sometimes you have to just take things slow down and heal. I had a time like this in my life as well, where I had to take things a little bit slower and process stuff that had happened. But then again, if you have the capacity, you shouldn't stay dormant, so to speak. You should start to lean into uncertainty, into chaos a bit more, because only if things change, they can change for the better. Like, they might change for the worse, of course. You have to be wary of this and hedge your bets. I'm a friend of hedging my bets. I don't think you should like go head first into stuff and abandon and burn the ships, so to speak. But on the other hand, yeah, you need to lean into uncertainty and complexity to grow. You have to challenge somehow in your life. And I think this is the time in my life where I'm about to challenge myself again. I'm ready for something new, something big, a bigger project again. The last 6 to 8 months, I think I was not involved in a big project at work. I was mostly writing proposals to clients and quotations and stuff like this, talking to new clients or potential new clients, which is also new for me. Like, I learned a lot of new stuff, especially this is going to help me in the direction of project management. But yeah, like, I'm ready for something new, for more chaos, even though my life is already very chaotic because it's not a clear direction. And maybe the third thing that I want to share is that, like, after growing personally, after embracing uncertainty, I think also sometimes you don't know in advance, like, if it's the right direction or not, and you have to experiment. You have to do small steps, you have to try things out, and then get feedback from what you do, and then experience if this is something right or if it's not. Not every bit of uncertainty has to be solved immediately. I think that's something I'm struggling with sometimes, because I want to know it for sure and I want to make sure and stuff like this. Like I mentioned, I like to hedge my bets, but there's a point for leaving things open and waiting for some time and observing how things go. That's exactly what I'm doing with this channel. I hope this video found you well and you liked what I was thinking about dealing with uncertainty, dealing with complexity. Maybe it helped you a little bit. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are about this, because I want to build a community, so I want to have a mutual exchange, not just me talking and acting like I have it all figured out. Obviously I don't. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't know what I'm like, where I'm going with this. But I think we're going to figure it out eventually, and we can support each other in this growth on this journey. So see you in the next video.